Operation Black Biscuit ended with indictments against 16 Hells Angels members and associates, including 3 chapter presidents, on racketeering, gun, drug, and murder charges. But before the cases could be brought to trial, the defense lawyers argued that government informants had compromised themselves by using illegal drugs and participating in criminal activities. The feds were forced to drop all criminal charges.
The reality of it is, the infighting inside the government and how to present that case in the courtroom became so extreme and so heated that we killed our own case.
A decade later, Dobbins remains disillusioned by the outcome of his undercover work.
I would love to say that what I did put such a significant dent in the Hells Angels that they'd never be the same. The reality of it is, they've only gotten stronger. They've only gotten bigger. They've only become more empowered.
Today, the Hells Angels view their struggles with the federal government as just part of doing business. But a much bigger concern for both the Hells Angels and the American public is the rapidly growing threat posed by other outlaw motorcycle gangs and the secret war being fought on the streets for control of the drug trade. Sparks, Nevada, September 23, 2011. Jethro Pettigrew, chapter president of the San Jose, California Hells Angels, is shot and killed on the floor of John Esquaga's Nugget Casino. Several members of the Vagos, a rival one-percenter club, are on the attack. Hours later, on the street, a Vago is shot and killed in a drive-by shooting.
Members of the public are always in danger of being in the wrong place at the wrong time with an organization like an outlaw motorcycle gang. And most of the public is very unaware. As a society, we cannot allow gang-on-gang violence to spill into areas where our families are at, where our kids are at.
Although the Sparks incident passed without further bloodshed, outlaw motorcycle gangs remain mired in an unending war. The largest and most violent of these clubs are the so-called Big Four MCs, the Outlaws, Bandidos, Pagans, and of course, the Hells Angels.
They're very territorial, not just physical territory where they live, but also the types of crime that they're doing. They don't want to deal with other gangs, and so they do take out their territory, and they send messages. And if it requires the killing of another gang member in another group, it's done in a way to send a message.
When you join a gang like the Hells Angels, you join it to have power, and power in the streets. 90% of it would be to bully the normal citizens. They don't like society. They don't like our world.
Charles Falco spent nearly 3 years infiltrating the Vagos, and then later spent another 5 years infiltrating the Outlaws. Falco witnessed firsthand the extreme methods used by the Hells Angels to protect their turf.
The Hells Angels were hunting us, following us, staking us out. They're very methodical in planning their retaliation. They may wait a year. They may place bombs, they may fire bombs, they sniper with high-powered rifles. That's not stuff normal gang members have to worry about. The general public needs to know that because they're murderers and menaces to society. Different biker gangs have different weapons they like. The Pagans, they have a big wood cane that's kind of like a bat. The Hells Angels have the ball-peen hammer. And the ball-peen hammer is perfect because it's legal. So there's no way the police can tell you can't have it. It's not like a claw hammer where you can only really use one side to bash someone's head in. I can pull this out and bash someone's head in using either side.
If the Hells Angels are at the center of this underground war, then why haven't law enforcement officials been able to stop them?
My house was burned down to the ground in 2008. Murder contracts offered against me. Threats to kidnap and videotape the gang rape of my wife. When the threats came down on me, my own government and my own agency abandoned me. They told me the Hells Angels are too big, they're too powerful, and you're on your own.
Ironically, the Angels often conduct counter-surveillance on the police, looking for undercover officers or club informants.
I have found photographs of myself, photographs of my unmarked police vehicles inside different motorcycle gang members' homes.
The Angels also use their old ladies and other friends of the club to infiltrate law enforcement agencies.
Some of them will be dispatched, for example, at police agencies. So they are there to gather intelligence for the same purpose as government agents might use an informant.
They might have someone who's in law enforcement that's a traitor. It's a whole string of people and connections that do stuff for them.
So if you are concerned or wonder if the Hells Angels have infiltrated our government or have the ability to infiltrate our government, stop worrying, because they have.
While the police continue to search for ways to break up the Angels' criminal empire, the club keeps growing, especially overseas. But just how powerful and dangerous are these new foreign chapters becoming, and can anything be done to control them?